Okay. Okay, so we are going to tackle circular convolution. And this was a particular question that was given to us. We have s of 1 being equal to this and s of 2 being equal to this, right? So if we have something like this, what you do is that now you first of all have to take any of them and flip and then consider the other one being stable, right? So you are going to make this one stand still. So this parameter, we just rewrite it again. So s of 0, we have it to be what? 1. At 1, we have it to be what? 2. And at 2 we have it to be 3, and then finally we have it to be 1. Now after that you draw a circle here, and then the center will come here, 1, and then you continue like this. We have 1, 2, 3, and finally we have 1 here. Now we go to the other side too. Go to the other side, we have what? 0 at 4, 3, 2, and finally we have it to be 2. So the center will start at 1, 4, 3 will come here, and then we have 2 here, and finally we have 2 here. Now the next thing that we are going to do is what? Do the flipping. So we start initially by flipping the initial point, which is what? So you can find x2 of what? Minus n, right? Which is this. So now you flip between this and then you make this one stable because it's at the center. So 2, 4, 2 will go here, and then 3 will come here. So you come and multiply this signal by the main signal, right? So in this case, we have the main signal here. So 2, so, and then because we are multiplying the signal by, this is the same as what? X2 of what? N. Convolving with what? X1 of what? N. Right? So X2 of minus, sorry. So this one will multiply by this will give us what? 4. This one multiplied by this will give us what? 6. This one multiplied by this will give us 3. And finally, 4 multiplied by 1 will give us what? 4. After that, we add what we have here, which will give us what? 4 plus 6 will give us what? 10, right? Plus 3 plus 4, that will give us what? 17. Now, we move on to, so we are done with this. We now move on to what? X2 of what? Minus n plus what? 1. That means that we should move it to the left. So we just have the same signal here. Now it means that this 4 will now move to this side. So we have 4 here, we have 2 here, we have 2 here, and finally we have this side to be what? 3. Thank you. So after that, we now come here to the other signal. And now come and multiply the signal by this. We know the general formula. So this one will be x2 of what? N, right? So minus n plus what? 1. And then what? Convolving with what? x1 of what? N. Very good. So 4 multiplied by the main signal again. That gives us what? And then 2 multiplied by 3, that gives us what? And then we have 2 multiplying by this will give us. And then finally we have this one to be 3. So after that, we add all of them again. So we have 8 plus 6 will give us what? 8 plus 6 will give us 14. 14 plus 5, that will give us what? Plus 2 plus 3, that will give us what? 19. Now, the next thing we'll do is to flip it again. We are now moving on to x2 of what? Minus n plus what? 2. So we are going to flip it again. So we flip to, we come back to our initial position. So 3 will come here, right? 4 will come here. And then 2 will come here. And then finally we get another 2 here. Now we come to the main signal. So here we are going to find what? X what? 2 of what? Minus n plus what? 2, right? Convolving with what? Convolving with s of 1, s of, okay, x1 of n. Sorry, x1 of what? N. Thank you. So here we are going to multiply the main signal. So 3 times 2 give us 6. We have 4 times 3 give us what? 12, right? We have 2 times 1 give us what? 2. And then finally we have 2 times what? 2. So we add all of them together. So 12 plus 2 give us what? 14, right? Plus this one give us 16. 16 plus 6 will give us what? 22. Thank you. So this is what? X what? So now what do we do next? The next thing we'll do is to convolve the signal again. So that means we are finding x what? S of what? Minus what? Plus 3, which is the final result. Okay. Now what do we do next? So we just move it again. So we have here to be 2, right? And this particular 2 will come here. This 3 will come here. And then finally the 4 will come here. Go and multiply that particular signal by this. So we have what? X of what? X of minus 2 plus 3, right? Convolving with what? N. Very good. So that will give us our final results. So we have 2 times 2 give us 4, right? We have 3 times 3 give us 9. We have 4 times this one give us 4. And then finally we have 2 times 1 give us 2. After we add it, so this one plus this will give us what? This plus this will give us what? We have 13. 13 plus this one will give us 5. So we have 19. So we had so the total y value will be equal to what? The final value that we had. So we have the first value to be equal to what? 17. So we have 17. And then we had what? 19. And then finally we had what? 22. And then what? 20. So this is more or less like at 0 we had to be this. At 1 we had it to be this, and at 2 we had it to be this, and at 3 we had it to be this, right? So after this we could draw a graph and put the values on. That is the circular convolution for you. So at 0 we had it to be what? 17, right? At 1 we had it to be 19, and then at 2 we had it to be 22, and then at 3 we had it to be 19. Thank you. That is all. No drawing to skill. Thank you very much. That is all on circular convolution. And if you want to know your results is correct, if you do at what? X of 4, you get the same value as doing the first one.